Well, hello. I guess this will be the first time I'll be making a video with my glasses on. Let's go. As you can tell, the entrance to this video isn't the most creative, but obviously I wanted to come on here because this has been a topic that I've really been wanting to talk about for a very, very long time. And the question to my mind that recently prompted me to make this video was, am I really a lot happier in Virginia than I am in New Mexico? And short answer, yes, I am. I know it may sound harsh to a lot of people that have supported me in my hometown and still do, and trust me, I don't disregard it. I really 100% appreciate and value it. It's just, it's the frustration that I never really got to solve, and if it could be solved in New Mexico, by all means, it would have happened by now. And for those who have been following and keeping up with the channel lately, I've been talking a lot about why I didn't really like my high school life. And recently I have been having the urge to tell people, maybe even explicitly tell them, but at least implicitly I said that I just want to distance myself, like really distance who I was back in high school, because it's just a person that I just don't really want to feel with. Not that I'm ashamed, I think that I have a lot of accomplishments back in high school, but it's just that I don't really want to live the high school me. So with that being established, here's why it connects to my summer. Originally, me being back in my hometown, I wasn't really intending to just meet some of my high school friends. It was really more so of my career, if I'm gonna be honest with you all. It was really just to build my career, just to build who I am, focus on myself, let alone hang out with my mom and, you know, my dog, if anything. I just didn't really want to particularly see people in my hometown. Now, sure, I wouldn't be rude and just ignore them. If they said hi, I would have a conversation. But the reason why I just don't particularly want to have a conversation is because when you meet with people from your hometown, and especially when they know you've moved and you've changed, they're going to try to revert you back to the original mindset of who you were. And I just wasn't going to submit to that. I just didn't want to mess with it, if I'm going to be real with you all. And sure, there was some of that, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to be okay with it. I'm not going to sign on that. However, I remember at the beginning of the summer, my mom and I went to Chili's, and I ran into someone from high school, and he remembers me and I remembered him. And the reason why I was willing to have a small talk with him was because he sees me as a person of who I am now. He did ask, like, didn't you transfer to so-and-so? And I was like, yeah, James Madison University. And he really wanted to hear how it was like, what I'm doing over there, what I plan after college, and even with my internship for this summer. And that I can respect 100% because, like I said, he sees me for who I am now, not for who I was back in high school. A quick side note here for you all. Some people would only want to talk to you because they know you've changed and they just want to get that benefits of your change. But as soon as they don't, they're going to be like, oh, you're fake, you changed, yada yada. Just don't mess with those people. They just only want you at your low and take advantage of you. I really learned that because honestly, there has been people that did distance themselves from me ever since I left to JMU. I don't know why, but I'm still trying to be the best person as I can. Regardless where I am, I'm still going to do me. And a lot of that big motivation was the fact that I didn't get into the cheer team. My unsuccessful cheer campaign made me a stronger person. Sure, I may never cheer in the football fields, basketball courts, but I will be a cheerleader in my real estate career, my political campaigns, if I so choose to continue for 2024. Even starting in the classrooms, I'm still going to be that internal cheerleader for anyone who needs encouragement. And the one thing that I've learned from this summer is that no matter where you go to work, what car you drive, what your bank account looks like, who you're related to, it doesn't increase the value of your status. What does increase the value of your status is how you treat others in this world, because kindness is a powerful currency. I don't care about the Benz. I just don't care about if your house has an elevator that can go up to 3-4 floors holding 2 Lamborghinis. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that you be willing to make sure others are growing when they don't feel like that they are, and you change their mind because you tell them so. That's what I plan to do. The one highlight I will say is that there was this recent high school graduate. He pulled me over at the gym asking me how the stock market works. And I remember this guy. I was trying to get him to invest in a Roth IRA and get a stock portfolio. And he thought I was going to make money off of him. He was very skeptical of me. So he didn't do it at first. But until he really started getting into it 6-7 months later, he'll come back. And I learned that, hey, patience matters. And that taught me to be humble. Like, I got rejected the first time. Not that I got hurt of it, but it was a form of rejection. And eventually he came back to me, and I spent a good 40-50 minutes explaining how the stock market works. And then he told me that when he becomes rich one day, he'll pay it back to me. I'm like, no man, you don't have to pay it back to me. Just treat others kindly, because no matter what car you drive, how big your house is, or what your bank account looks like, or what you even do for a living, does not make you the best person. What makes you the best person is being the best encourager to others. And we took that deal, along with him wanting to pass on the knowledge to others who so may want to get into the stock market. And that made me happy. And that is a form of me beginning to be that cheerleader. Maybe figuratively or literally, it doesn't matter. Patience, because it was hard to explain to him at first with the stock market. It's hard for everyone. It was hard on me. I remember when I first started, I didn't know how to start doing it. It took a while, but eventually I knew about it. And I wish that I had someone when I was his age to tell me everything I'm telling him now. And I'm giving him what I never had. And I'm doing something that I wish I could have done sooner. The philosophy of being a cheerleader. And this is me feeling like a cheerleader. Okay, I think I'm going off too much of a topic with cheerleading. So, with the hometown thing, right? I just personally don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. And that's why I moved to Virginia to really accomplish the things that I wasn't able to accomplish here in New Mexico. And I'm a lot happier because I have a close group of friends that I can hang with a day-to-day basis, build bondings. I really get to say the things that I truly feel about myself, because if you're never true to yourself, then it's going to be really hard to exert your truthfulness. So any recent high school graduates or rising high school seniors this year, start finding what you like and stick with it. And if it needs to be changed, then so be it. Let it be changed. But anyways, going back to my JMU versus UNM life. UNM, obviously, UNM, most of the people going into UNM are from Albuquerque or surrounding areas from it. Maybe parts of New Mexico. So, already, there's a lot of people from my hometown, even if they didn't went to high school with me, are still in the same building. And it just makes me feel like I'm doing the same thing that I really do not like. It makes me feel back in my high school life to an extent. And it was kind of frustrating. Like, I want to take this video, I want to take this chance to also express to you all that even your bestest friend can be wrong about you. Because I remember a few months before I was transferring out to JMU, he was trying to change my mind, if I may say so, to not transfer. Because he said that you're going to regret it, it's thousands of miles away, if something happens to your family, there's not much you can do, there's going to be people being mean everywhere. Well, no crap, no matter where you go, you're always going to have haters. I've had haters at JMU because I was a candidate to the cheer team. But he's right. No matter where you go, there's going to be haters. But that's not the problem. The problem is that there's still so many people from my hometown knowing who I was exactly, taking and using the same mindset, or informing the new people at my previous college for who I was back in high school, but not taking any consideration to what could have changed about me to who I am now. Because even 2021 me is a lot different than 2022 me, and then 2020 me is a lot different than 2019. And so, but they don't care. They're still gonna say, they're still gonna expect the vibe of who Kentron was back in high school. But here's the problem now. Here's the core problem. That bestest friend that I had, the only public school experience he has was his freshman year of college to now. So he's been homeschooled all his life. He's never been to a public elementary school, never been to a public middle school, never been to a public high school, just college. So obviously he had no credibility. He just won't understand how the toxicity is like in a public school. And the one question I trapped him on was, okay, because that friend group at UNM that I was with, a lot of them were graduating seniors. Some of them are moving to NMSU, another college in New Mexico. And I asked him, after you graduate and I'm a senior, are you still going to hang with me on a day-to-day basis? And that made him quiet. Because he knows this, that once you graduate, your life-to-life routine changes. And since I was the only junior at the time, or a grade behind that friend group, I would need to find a new friend group. And finding new friend groups is not particularly easy, especially in my hometown. The big reason that I moved to JMU was to find a new friend group and let me be me and truly exert. Not that I wasn't allowed to be me at my last friend group, wasn't. But let me find a new me in a new place. And I did so, and 100% was a huge success. So even if your bestest friend that may think that they have your best interest, they really don't. Only you can know what is your best interest. And I pulled it through. And I'm not here to diss my bestest friend for not wanting me to transfer. It wasn't that. It's just that he just didn't have the credibility. I think he values me because since he's homeschooled, he wants to value every friend, which is good, you know, he doesn't want to take it for granted, but he needs to know the facts, and he didn't have all the facts. It's kind of ironic that I moved out of my hometown to reinvent myself and then come back to build more of myself in my hometown. But a lot of it has to do with, it was to focus on myself. I didn't come back to Albuquerque just to hang out with friends and fuck around and do all the old things that I've done. No, it wasn't that. It was more to like, hey, I want to hang out with my mom, but hey, there was a career opportunity, take it, work 40 hours, grind like hell, and now I'm gonna go back to JMU like a big king and own it like a star, own it like a empire, run it like an empire. So I hope you can take away from this video. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or concerns, please comment it down below. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your summer. Don't think too hard, really. If you can, as long as you think it through yourself, only you can be your best lawyer. And it's okay if you need help. But if you know you're right, then go for it. No matter where you are, rock it as if the stage is yours. Let's go.